James Gunn recently announced the first chapter of the DCU in terms of the movies and the TV shows that are going to be coming out. Got an article from boundingintocomics.com. James Gunn's DCU slate features Tom King as one of the chief architects, a massive red flag for any DC fan. I'll link this in the description box if you want to read it for yourself, but it basically goes over largely the problems with Tom King and why he's a shitty writer, and just quite frankly seems like kind of a shitty person, to be honest. He's a, mask mandate guy. He's vax mandate guy, all that kind of shit. Whatever it is, the actual slate here, this is from discussingfilm.net. The first film slated. Now this won't be until July 11th, 2025. So we got a couple years. So the kind of thing is, if you have faith in James Gunn, you might be thinking it's cool or whatever. But I personally don't, so I don't have much faith in this shit. But anyway, Superman Legacy. The start of the DCU, but not an origin story for Superman. The film will follow the younger days of Clark Kent as he balances his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing. That role was yet to be decided, blah, blah, blah. Gunn's writing it. A separate Superman movie produced by J.J. Abrams and written by Ta-Nehisi Coates remains in development and will exist under the DC Elseworlds banner should it move forward. I personally don't think it's going to move forward because it's Ta-Nehisi Coates. That he's going to do some kind of black Superman shit, and it's like, man, people don't want that. We'll see. Second film though would be The Authority. Whoops, my mistake. I went a little too far there. God damn it. There we go. Okay. The second film in the DCU is a cinematic introduction of the Authority, a team of superheroes with a less than idealistic approach to saving the world. They were first introduced in Under the Wildstorm imprint in '99, later folded into the main DC universe, to be announced for when they releases. Then it moves to The Brave and the Bold and introduced the Bat family to the DCU. The film will focus on Batman's relationship with Robin, who will be the fifth incarnation of the character. Damon Wayne instead of Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Stephanie Brown, or Jason Todd. Why the fuck would you just skip right over all these people and go right to Damian? Like, what the hell are you doing? That's fucking idiotic, but okay. It's feature a new iteration of Batman entirely separate from Robert Pattinson and Ben Affleck's take on the character. Blah, blah, blah. They said Damian Wayne is their favorite version of Robin. He's an assassin and a little son of a bitch. Be heavily inspired by Grant Morrison's prolific comic run, as well as Tom King's, yada, yada, yada. It'll lead to the next DCU film, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. The next solo film, Kara Zor-El, be based on Tom King's comic run of the same name from a couple years ago. It's like, ugh, no thanks. It'll feature the same version of the character played by Sasha Calle in The Flash, yada, yada, yada. It moves on. Swamp Thing. If you don't know who Swamp Thing is, could be interesting, but, Batman Part 2 is the one with Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves, writing and directing. It's from Elseworlds. These are from the HBO Max shows. So that's it for the TV shows, or for the movies. Now we're moving to the TV shows. Creature Commandos, including a vampire, werewolf, and a Frankenstein's monster, fight Nazis in World War II. The DCU adaptation will take a different approach, though, as Weasel from the Suicide Squad. Blah, 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 a bunch of, fucking nobodies. That basically Gunn has this thing about, he likes to try to take nobody characters and make them bigger deals, I guess. We'll see. Every episode is written by Gunn, yada, yada, yada. Before 2025, though, or before summer 2025, though, it's when it will come out, we'll see. But it's more that shit about a lot of his Suicide Squad people will either make appearances or, it's like basically if you're friends with Gunn, you're good. But if not, you're out. Like, Henry Cavill, we don't need you, who cares? Even though you're one of the biggest stars in the world, we don't need you. We're going to keep these losers, loser characters and stuff going, but whatever. Then they're doing an Amanda Waller series. Okay. Paradise Lost. It's a Wonder Woman prequel. Game of Thrones inspired fantasy series set on Themyscira long before the birth of Wonder Woman. The show will tell the origin of the Amazon's all-female culture and society. Probably shit. Booster Gold, we'll see. A lot of it's going to depend on who they get to play the role. We'll see. Lanterns. Gonna be a bunch of Green Lanterns flying around and stuff. That's basically it in terms of like the first chapter, the first slate. if you want to call it that or whatever. It, I don't have much faith in James Gunn. Now maybe you do, and maybe these movies and TV shows turn out awesome. I personally do not have faith in James Gunn. I think they're going to be. I'm not going to say they're going to be shit shows, because I mean I have nothing to base it on other than because in terms of you got the Suicide Squad and then the three Guardians of the Galaxy movies for what Gunn has done. If he tries to make everything like that, it's gonna it's gonna fail spectacularly. But if he doesn't, then we'll see. If they there's a possibility, there's a chance that things could be good. There's also a chance it'll be a complete shit show. I'm a little more negative on it. I'm more pessimistic. I try to be optimistic, but getting rid of Cobble just soured me on this because it just shows that you're not listening to the fans. And it's like, because like even like some of these shows, it's like, man, you're doing a fucking Amanda Waller shit. Like I mean, at least it's a TV show. Viola Davis is a really good actress and stuff, but she'll return as well as other unnamed players of Team Peacemaker. And it's like it's just more of James Gunn putting his buddies, putting people he likes in these TV shows and stuff. And it's like they might be good, they might not. It's I'll reserve judgment till the shit actually comes out, but it's not looking good in my opinion. I might be wrong though. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here though. I already gone over 6.5 minutes. Thank you very much for watching and have a good one.